Would you consider it normal for a 9-year-old to smoke cigarette, drink alcohol or snort? Probably not. Well, there's one app with a lot of negative effect which is actually free and used by billions of people. TikTok. TikTok is becoming increasingly dangerous for human life. People are seemingly becoming dumber, even retarded. And it's not entirely their fault since they might lack the crucial information I'm about to reveal. However, the negative consequences are evident for all to witness. Children and adults are beginning to look like drug addicts, unable to enjoy life without having to grab a tablet or a phone every 30 minutes. Their ability to concentrate on important tasks for even an hour has diminished. Their sleep quality suffers, and they experience more isolation, depression, and anxiety. TikTok is akin to a drug. If you wish to avoid this negative effect on your life or help people around you, share this video and watch it now. Don't let your brain get distracted again. Focus, watch, and listen before it's too late. A neurobiologist named Christian Lutcher conducted an intriguing experiment in 2016. He placed some mice inside a cage equipped with a magical button. Whenever those little furry creatures pressed the button, a sensor would activate their brain to release a special chemical called dopamine. This delightful neurotransmitter is responsible for feeling of pleasure, just like the joy we experience during a satisfying meal or a blissful moment. As expected, the mice become utterly captivated by the button. They crave more and more doses of that pleasurable sensation, forgetting about their basic needs like sleep, food, water, and even finding a partner. If the scientists hadn't intervened and saved them from their addiction, those mice would have met their fate with happiness. Nothing else mattered to them but pressing that button. Now let's imagine a fascinating scenario. What if every time a mouse anywhere in the world pressed a button, someone earned a fortune? It sounds like a recipe for immense wealth, doesn't it? Well, this captivating idea is the ultimate dream for companies that thrive on capturing your attention. They yearn to create a seemingly harmless and irresistible need within you, so you get hooked without even realizing it. And no one has mastered this art quite like TikTok. With over 1 billion users spending an average of 90 minutes per day on the app, it's clear that people have become addicted to the brain-tingling effect it produces. TikTok manages to deliver that same dopamine rush that led the mice to their demise, straight into the palm of our hands. TikTok has essentially placed a virtual button in our pockets, constantly begging us to engage and be captivated. The success of a social network's business model hinges on one crucial factor: attention. We don't pay with money to use this platform. Instead, we pay with the precious hours of sleep we sacrifice and the time we spend procrastinating on other things. Their mission is to exploit vulnerabilities in human psychology and find ways to captivate our attention. Billions of dollars are invested in this pursuit. Each social network has crafted its own algorithm, a set of computer rules that determine which content to display based on our consumption habits. They have been locked in a relentless battle, striving to develop the ultimate algorithm that can accurately predict the content we desire, and they have succeeded to some extent. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram are addictive platforms, but none have achieved the level of success that TikTok has. However, TikTok doesn't possess a superior algorithm compared to the others. It simply employs its algorithm more effectively. When you visit YouTube, you are presented with dozens of video thumbnails, and you must choose one among them. Often, these thumbnails depict familiar faces and topics you already know. based on your past clicks. TikTok takes a different approach. As soon as you open the app, you are immediately immersed in content handpicked for you. They have streamlined the process of content consumption, making it automatic and instantaneous. You are left with just one choice: swipe up to view the next video. And there you are, greeted with a dance performance, followed by a baby video, then a funny video. Minutes pass by unnoticed while you still seated on the toilet, engrossed in the endless stream of short and stimulating content that TikTok continuously serves to test your interest. This becomes even more apparent when you use TikTok for the first time. Each swipe to the next content seems to fine-tune the film's display specifically for you. TikTok's power lies in its ability to only present content to you, but also throughout analyze and understand who you are. It examines your location, contact information, browsing history, how long you watch a video before moving on, whether you like it, if you spend time reading comments, follow the creator, or share it with others. By imposing content upon you, TikTok cleverly tests and learns about your preferences in every possible way. In a matter of hours, it uncovers your musical taste, your sense of humor, your sexual orientation, and even your mental well-being. It's not about the content you actively seek out or the creators you choose to follow. It's about your unique identity. Every moment you invest in the app is essentially a training session, teaching it to grasp who you truly are. And in the brilliantly named section for you, TikTok outshined the competitors by skillfully enticing user curiosity, effectively stacking the deck in its favor. Imagine this scenario. You stumble upon a video that captivates you, something you never expected to enjoy. In that moment, a surge of dopamine floods your brain, delivering a powerful burst of pleasure. What makes it even more exhilarating is that this pleasure is unpredictable, triggering heightened activity in the reward centers of your brain. But here's the twist. Even when you encounter something you don't like, dopamine still makes an appearance. Just like those addicted to slot machines in casinos. It's not about winning every time. It's the thrill of the possibility, the chance to hit the jackpot or walk away with nothing. That hope keeps them hooked, which is why slot machines generate more revenue than baseball, cinema, and amusement park combined. The more unpredictable the rewards, the stronger the hold of addiction. The journey into addiction begins when your brain recognizes the signal of your index finger swiping up. Accompanied by those catchy music clips it has stored deep within its subconscious. It quickly associates these signals with dopamine release, learning to anticipate the pleasure even before a video has a chance to satisfy you. You convince yourself that just one more swipe might bring an even more intense rush of dopamine. Yet, in the realm of TikTok, where content flows endlessly, there is never truly a last swipe. A fascinating study conducted by a professor involved providing people with a bottomless bowl of soup that magically refilled as they ate. Surprisingly, they kept consuming as their stomach couldn't signal when they had enough. Similarly, your brain, unaware of satiety, develops an insatiable appetite for TikTok's dopamine spike the more you watch. As those spikes become less effective, your brain craves quick and frequent doses, driving the cycle of addiction. Once you're trapped in the cycle of seeking one quick dopamine rush after another, any activity that doesn't provide instant gratification within a few seconds will feel boring and long. The drive to pursue long-term rewards diminishes, leaving you devoid of motivation. It's no wonder addiction is often linked to mental health disorders, anxiety, and depression. It consumes your future, leaving no space for it. Your ability to concentrate wanes, making it challenging to read, work, enjoy a movie, or cherish screen-free moments with loved ones. Gradually, your thinking capacity erodes as the addiction to a social network extends far beyond our comprehension. It fills an irreplaceable void in our lives, leaving lasting effects. Scientific studies have revealed the destructive impact of addiction and excessive dopamine overload on brain cells. The more you are exposed to this constant surge of free dopamine, the more desensitized you become. It's a grave matter. The excessive presence of this neurotransmitter hampers creativity and fosters impulsive decision-making, as your subconscious fixates on keeping up with the dances of teenagers, leaving little room for your brain to function at its fullest capacity. Consequently, the bandwidth of your mental abilities responsible for making sound choices shrinks. The less capable you are of making intelligent decisions, the more your brain relies on familiar patterns. By signaling to your brain that TikTok brings you happiness, you initiate a self-reinforcing chemical cycle. And whenever boredom strikes during the day, you instinctively turn to TikTok, not out of lack of discipline, but as an automatic response. You experience symptoms akin to those of alcoholics or drug addicts, yet no concern is raised because your battle is not physical. It resides solely within your mind, leaving deep scars that often go unnoticed. The role of dopamine is to reward us at every stage of life, ensuring that each day we spend working on our goals feel worthwhile. It's not just the language of pleasure, it's the language of motivation. If your brain's dopamine needs are fulfilled by consuming video of strangers on the app, it no longer has any reason to seek anything else to make you happy. The internal conflict you feel between your heart, which knows you're not doing what you truly want in life, and your brain, which seems not to understand it, is because it was up to you to tell your brain what makes you get up in the morning. And you failed. TikTok, with its billions of active users, took the liberty of rerouting the wires in your brain to believe that your happiness relies on it. It has settled in the mind of 12% of the global population, mostly young people who will never fully regain their cognitive abilities. This is because the prefrontal cortex, which plays a role in emotions, motivation, decision-making, and memory, is not fully formed until the age of 25. So instead of worrying about the advancement of artificial intelligence, I believe we should be more concerned about the decline of our own intelligence, hoping that it's not too late to save it. If you spend hours on TikTok every day, it's not because you're lazy. It's because by exploiting the vulnerabilities of your main engine, your brain, it pushes you to come back. There's no need to blame yourself, but it's necessary to regain control. Once a week, I send out a newsletter featuring my top discoveries in business, marketing, and psychology. I also provide advice on breaking free from the system's manipulation and achieving true freedom. In the last email, I discussed the solution to breaking free from the grip of adult websites, notifications, and algorithms that numb your mind. You missed that email, but don't miss the next one. Click the link to receive valuable information that will help you regain control of your life.